Yes. So we've had a very interesting year.
I tell you.
That we will go into later on. But it's been a joy being with you guys, you know, throughout the year.
Exactly.
Under normal circumstances, my Saturday afternoons, and especially when Liverpool are playing football, is not something I would give up. But for the mere fact that I come to meet you people,
exactly,
the whole lot of you guys, you know, it energizes me.
That is why we love you.
Yeah, it energizes me. It makes me feel good to be amongst you guys.
Yeah.
So I've had a wonderful time, and the audience, you know,
yes,
as well, and the appreciation to them all. I'm very happy to see this young lady,
Karen Yali, Noella Karen.
Today.
Careful.
You're very careful, and every time I see her, I feel so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Because when she first came to the establishment, I monitored her and I bumped into her, and I spoke with her and I told her that, listen, Noella, I think you have the potential to go far.
Exactly.
Keep doing what you're doing. And I am so happy she's done. And look at her. She's grown into a lovely lady from the young star that I met when she came years ago.
Smarter, more intelligent.
Yes. And she looks lovely as well.
And her voice.
You guys.
I always feel good when I see her on major shows doing red carpet
announcements and all that.
And these things, you know. I said, that's the lady,
Yeah. Now let me go to her. Noella Karen Yali, Merry Christmas
you guys,
to you.
Many happy returns. My Christmas is made. My Christmas is made. I mean, forget the money that will come later or not. I'm okay with this.
The money there to come.
Right.
But how have you been? How has the year been for you?
Grace has kept me. I think that's what I'd say in a nutshell. It's been God's grace all year. I always say that I never plan my year. I don't do New Year resolutions.
You just go with the flow.
You know, I just have a few things that I'd like to do, and I only pray to God that it's in sync with His will for my life.
Take me along.
And the rest is just grace, and it's been awesome. And
great.
So, I've enjoyed my 2023.
Yeah. And the man.
Kwame, before you move to Kojo.
Before I move, okay.
I have to tell this story. I've actually told Yvonne.
Okay.
Noella. Yeah. Why did I mention Yvonne?
I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
Maybe you have a daughter.
Tell us.
Maybe you know where that came from.
You know.
Kojo, I don't.
Maybe you have a daughter called Yvonne.
I don't. A very good friend of mine.
Okay.
And a Kwapin brother of mine. He lives in Dansoman.
Okay.
You know, and he listens a lot to Asempa Sports.
Okay.
So he called me one day and we were having a chat, and he said, we have a name we call ourselves. You know. He said, Akpache. This is from way back in our youth when we were doing crazy things, you know. He said, Akpache, a Rebbe war more establishment. No, papa. Na omonyansa nso pa na me say Rabeng na o say no o say o friend no wala na me say Noella na me bisa ni say na wo de Noella de wo kote ni nkafi no so Asempa FM na me say na Noella ya den Asempa FM
no ye den wo ho.
And he said she comes on to the sports
Abayiwe.
Yes, I didn't know. I didn't know. So I encountered her, I think it was last week. I encountered Noella last week, and I asked, I said, hey, Noella, so you spread your wings into sports as well.
Wow. Money, why are they? I was say, yeah. Nyuma, mekwang, the mauna would dinner.
Akoto, ni wom.
Yo.
You be more be one.
Ajuni.
Let me go to Kojo Preku Dankwa, who is the convener for Federation of Concerned Arts Professionals.
Foundation.
Okay. It's everyday foundation.
No,
okay.
It was federation. So
it was federation. Now foundation.
No problem.
You are now laying the foundation.
You see the
we
thing.
Understand. My brother, Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you, and Merry Christmas to your team.
Yeah.
Especially the chairman himself.
Oh yeah, chairman.
See the thing. Chairman who will call you and he will disband your own program and bring you here.
Autocratic chairman.
I swear.
He will warn you.
Charlie, the only chairman who let me stop my program
on your radio station.
I swear, and come here.
The only chairman who you wake up in the morning and he has sent you a stand message. Show starts at this time. Make sure you are there. Abba.
And when you are here today, he says, hey. Charlie, 3 o'clock. Hey, the man can't walk. But you said it's 3, and the man is here 3. I think that the year has been good. It's been ups and downs, but whatever it is, we still have life.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. We correct our wrongs and we just move on. It's been a good year. I've met a couple of new people. Coming in here, meeting my godfather again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting when you find him talking about what he starts with you. I mean, I was just listening to what he was saying about Noella, and I'm like, it's the same process I passed through. You know? I mean, being with him and taking you through the system and the channel with all the advice and all that.
You once produced him, right?
Yes, I did.
Because
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't just produce. I mean, I'm his son.
Yeah.
You understand? I moved beyond production.
Yeah.
As a son to him, and still a son anyway, and going through the process and the lesson in life and challenges and all that.
Yeah.
So I think that whatever he's saying about Noella, for me, I have passed through. I know that listening to him, it will really work. Having the challenge to also do the other stations in terms of Asempa and the rest, for me it's a good one. She shouldn't stop. She should just continue to utilize all the spaces that we have. You never know which one would let you blossom.
Exactly.
You might think that whatever you're doing now on the English platform will be the best, but hey, you lie. You might end up seeing yourself doing something else on another platform and all that. I mean, I like it when we appreciate talent. I like it when we appreciate, I mean, people who are really doing good.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think automatically becomes a fan. I would love to listen to her. I haven't listened to her continuously like that.
It sounds. You listen to her.
Yes, I will.
What do you do to your voice?
Nothing.
Do you eat?
Nothing.
I haven't.
Nothing.
So you said that she should utilize all the
avenues
that become open to her. Because she doesn't know which one will make her blossom. That's the word you use.
Yes.
I think it's a wrong word.
Yes.
Because blossoming, look at the lady
She has
sitting next.
blossomed already. She has blossomed.
Uncle Ken.
Uncle Ken, you are right. Okay.
Let the audience see
Yes, we are streaming live on Facebook. So please take a look at Noella Karen Yali right now.
Yes.
Noella Karen Yali of the Multimedia Group.
Thank you so much.
Yes, now,
Welcome.
Okay, so let's go straight to business. We are reviewing 2023 Showbiz. Please take this number 055-1111-997. Which story was the biggest for you? The highs, the lows, your disappointments. You can just send us a text right now. But in the meantime, let me go to Noella, who is a journalist. Kojo is a journalist, but he's a manager journalist. Noella is almost always on the field, reporting the stories, reading on television and all that. Noella, let me ask you, generally, what is your impression, your assessment of the art industry this particular year? Your initial assessment?
I think all in all, it's been a good year.
Yeah.
I remember last year by this time when you were reviewing the year with your panelists.
Yes. No, I was there at that time. I was sitting
Oh,
there.
yeah, you're right. It was George. I remember Chief Moomin, during his submission about his expectation for this year, he said he wanted to see the creative industry lead, the sector lead every other sector this particular year. And to a large extent, depending on how you see it, negatively or positively, I think we've led. All the bad and good story, well, there's nothing like bad publicity in my opinion.
The bad, I like some.
We've had some really controversial stories pop up, and we've had some really high good moments, we've had low moments, and all of that has helped or sort of contributed.
Can you
something.
run us through a number of them?
Sure. So because I didn't want to skip anyone,
don't worry,
I actually noted
we have more time
down.
Don't worry.
So I remember the year actually started on a very controversial note with Meek Mill, rapper Meek Mill, releasing a music video he had shot at the Jubilee House, right? And there was a whole brouhaha around it. A lot of people thought that, maybe he was promoting Ghana or whatever, however you want to see it. But people like Kojo here disagreed. I remember he said he said the video.
Remember,
I remember, but right here on this channel, he said that
that's my biggest story for the year.
He said the video projected nothing about Ghana, and so for him, he wasn't having it, but it opened us to, conversations we had, around what he did, who authorized his, the video to be shot there and all of that. Heads must roll. I remember you called a couple of people and all of that. So that's how the year started. And then we had Bob Marley's family members also deciding to redo some of his songs featuring some of the current musicians. And one of them was our very own Sarkodie. And he featured on Stir It Up. And I remember when that song was released, a lot of opinions were shared, both negative and positive. I remember one of the distinctive ones was Black Rasta, who tweeted, posted, and said that family members were desecrating the legend's work. And at the time, it was just Sarkodie's song that was just released. So for him to have said that, for some people they saw it as very low of him, because we all talk about international exposure. We all want that opportunity for us, our stars, to be given, an opportunity to show, their prowess. And finally, we're giving such an opportunity. They chose one of our big stars, and it's like there's a problem. People also had issues with his delivery on the song. They thought that dancehall artists like Stone Boy, Raskuku, my favorite actually, or even Larusso, someone would have done a better job. Either ways, that also came and went with the wind. We also had Samini tweet about never wanting to work with Sarkodie ever again over what he described as disrespect from Sarkodie. And in his words, if I'm to quote him verbatim, he says, when it comes to reciprocating favors, Sarkodie is very, very fake and disrespectful with that. And for him, he is never going to do a song and feature him, or he's not even interested in him also doing a song and asking him to feature on it. So that also, you remember the conversation around that as well. For me personally, I think it was one of the low moments in the industry, because anything negative,
and that was the beginning of the year.
Beginning, that's right,
when Sarkodie was going around to do promotion.
And then one other high moment of our industry was when you joined us. Was when you joined us.
He wasn't expecting.
I wasn't.
Was when Kwame Dadzie officially joined us, the Multimedia Group Limited. Was it in March? I think
it was in February.
February.
No, I think beginning of March.
No, first February.
First February.
Okay, so I started hosting the show in March.
I remember. It was in March. It was my birth month, so I remember. So that was definitely one of our high moments. And also, you remember that rumor we heard about Beyonce possibly bringing her Renaissance tour to Africa, specifically Ghana. And we're also excited. We're expecting that to happen, especially because a global citizen and all of that. We thought some people in, you know, certain offices will take that opportunity and ride with it and see how they could. Is it? But the Renaissance tour is over.
It will come.
It will come, eh? Okay. Now, we also saw a great Ghanaian representation at the Grammys in terms of attendance. You know, this year, you know, Edem, we had Stonebwoy, Kiddy, you know, and that also sparked a controversial conversation. I remember when videos of Stonebwoy interacting with some stars, including Taylor Swift, you know, when it came out, a lot of people thought, oh, you know, some people even thought that, oh, all of them, you know, none of them wore a Ghanaian attire. Remember, was it
Kwame
Kwame?
He would have,
that's right. That they should have worn something
some
traditional
kente,
to project Ghanaian fashion and what have you. Yeah, and then Edem too. Remember that controversial entertainment pundit who, in an interview with Flex, Sammy Flex said that Edem's attendance there was
Derek Money.
Derek Money.
Derek Money.
Yeah, but he apologized for it. Later. So I guess, that
matter costs matter.
Yeah. Right. And then, how can we also forget Kobe Rana's fight with the National Film Authority?
Oh, yes.
You know.
Getting a license.
Not even that. I think he had shot some movies, some films, and wanted to premiere them. That's right. And the NFA, you know, would shut the venues down and all of
because
that.
Because the venues were not licensed. Could you...
classification.
Right. I mean, Kobe's argument was that since the NFA took over, or certain people at the NFA took over, they've done really nothing for the industry apart from speeches and you know and all what have you. So that was also one of the biggest headlines. Then we also had singer Rihanna's Super Bowl performance and pregnancy reveal. Even though it happened overseas, it sort of ruffled a few feathers here in Ghana in terms of, you know, events and quality of production and all of that. So we have that as well. And then news about singer Kiddy allegedly being down with stroke also went rife. You know, that was a very uncomfortable story when it popped up. I remember Richie came to debunk it,
and people were like, still.
Aisha Modi was one of the people who, you know, made us worry because she claimed on social media that she had spoken to Kiddy and his reps, and he had even suggested to him some local healers for healing, you know. But I mean, however, Kiddy came with a song and, you know, admitted in the song that he was sick, but, you know, also clarified that it wasn't stroke. So that was also very good. We also had rapper Ludacris visiting Ghana. Do you remember? He interacted with the likes of Star Cody and other, you know, Ghanaian musicians. I hear he was actually putting together an Afrobeat album, and that was one of the reasons why he visited Ghana. And so he took that opportunity to record some records with some of our stars, and we're very, very much happy about it. And then
Kwame, don't let her exhaust her.
You should reserve some.
I should reserve some.
You still have a long list.
I have a lot.
She has a lot.
Come back.
Go on and on and on.
So yes, we'll come back.
To Kojo.
Okay, so I'll go to Kojo, come to Uncle Kent. We will go on the phone lines, go to the regions,
whatever. Yes, then you come back.
Then we do the other angles, because Kojo has a lot to say about Creative Agency and National Film Authority. Hey, Kojo. Okay, so Noella is taking a rest here.
No problem.
Kojo.
Yes, I think Noella did mention a lot of the things that really did happen within the year. I think that out of the ones that she did mention, one of them that I wanted to touch on for the year was the McMill's visit to the Jubilee House. I think that it is.
Did you mention that?
Yeah,
she did.
Yeah, she did, and it's one of the things that for me was a lose. One of the things that I thought that the industry was not giving that much respect. The Ministry for Tourism, Art and Culture really didn't show the respect that they needed to show to the arts industry. I thought that we left the door open for things to happen without checking some of these things. It's unfortunate that it did happen on that level where somebody takes a decision without the knowledge of the ministry, pushes because it's the daughter of the president, and then takes somebody to the place. When we know very well that people who really matters within the creative industry, like Idris, had officially visited the president.
Idris Elba.
Yes, Elba. We saw the process. We saw what really transpired. We saw the team that attended that particular meeting and all that. And for me, it was one of the things that really made me understand that indeed the creative arts was not respected. It was one of the things that made me know that the ministry indeed didn't have any plan for the creative arts sector. I'm being choosing my words right.
Advisedly.
Yes, it's the creative arts that I'm dealing with. So for Meek Mill's thing, I realized that it's something that we should have come together to really position the Creative Arts Agency, which is an agency under the Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture, which is supposed to take care of the creatives. So for me, it opened too many doors for me. It opens too many things for me to know that indeed, then what I have been talking about for the whole year in terms of positioning the Creative Arts Agency to become what we want the agency to do, specifically to deal with the creative art, wasn't what we were showing. Because if indeed we had a proper structures within the Creative Arts Agency, we wouldn't have seen what we saw. I heard you talk to the diaspora,
director of diaspora.
The communication, the connection, the triangle was not even there. He's saying one thing on one breath, and then ministry is not even talking. Nobody is telling us the real thing that is really happening. He will tell you, oh, I only gave the information out and I finished. And then whoever went, there was a whole lot of controversies within the thing, and nobody.
Right.
And that's I'm saying that the disrespect.
Today, dear Kojo.
Yes, sir.
I'm very sorry. Today, dear, you'll have to excuse me since
it's a round table.
Okay.
I might do a lot of buttons.
No problem. No problem.
This is one of the buttons I want to do on this Meek Mill's matter.
Okay.
When this matter came, like you have said, it did not paint the country well.
Yeah.
And nobody can deny that. Again, I think that whoever was in charge of his visit to the Jubilee House did not do well. Because I think that somewhere along the line, Meek Mills and his folks were left alone in that the presidential lounge where the addresses are given. I think they were left alone, and they took the opportunity to do a quick.
No, it appeared as if they were left alone.
Yes, because if they were not left alone, then it's a serious indictment on whoever was monitoring to have allowed it to happen.
I agree.
To have allowed it to happen. That's the way I see it. I think that they were left alone there, and they felt, let's take this opportunity to do a quick one. And one of the reasons why I think so is the fact that when the brouhaha came up, he quickly deleted
the video.
The video. And I'm saying to myself, if this guy was given permission to shoot, why would he delete?
Thank you.
This is just my view.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that's why I put the blame squarely on the shoulders of whoever authorized the visit and supervised the visit while they were there. They did not do their job well.
Could it also be a case of maybe he was given the opportunity or the go ahead to shoot?
Obviously,
but
somebody gave him the